Hello everyone, thank you for joining me once again. I'm in my local woodland today. I've made one video here before, last summer. It's a beautiful hazel wood. I'm sitting on a lovely ash tree. There's a few ash trees around here. There's a few oak trees. I've seen some yew over there as well. I'm buzzing to be out on my own, to be honest. I love camping on my own. I started camping on my own for positive mental health. That's why I started doing this originally. Everything's been a bit hectic recently. I've been up to Sheffield, around the Peak District, back home, back down to Kent, back up to Leeds, back round the peaks. It's all been a bit nuts. So it's been nice this morning to just get in the car, drive 5 minutes down to my local woods. Really nice spot. I don't know why I don't come down here more. So I might make a wooden frame for my tarp today. I might just do a bipod at each end, one long piece on the top, hang the tarp, and we'll have ourselves a little freestanding A-frame shelter. So that's the plan, I think. I've got a new Bergen. I can't say his name because he's still serving, but thank you, brother. I got a new sleeping bag from him as well, the new military issued one. Don't quote me, but I think it's the replacement for the jungle bag, or it's a two-part system. I don't know, I'm well out of the loop with kit these days. When I left the military, one of my biggest regrets was selling my sniper Bergen. I thought I'm never going to need that again. I sold it for gig tickets or something, I can't remember what it was. I'll stop yabbering on now and I'll start making this frame. Phew! Well, before I start on the frame, I'll give you a little pan of the woods quick. I'm only 5'7", so the short back version of the issued Bergen works a lot better for me. Kit of choice then, I didn't start out with kit this good. I've kind of worked my way up to this. Grants Forsbrook small hatchet. Got my York knife, Puko, with my logo lasered in. That's so cool, I love this knife. And the Silky Big Boy. Almost time for a new blade, it's getting a bit slow now. I could file the teeth up. I might give that a go first actually. But they're the wood prep tools of choice. Got a lanyard on there, made by Bellows Ben. A couple of Viking runes with some personal meanings on there too. Cool as. I want to lay it flat so I can measure up the posts. Can use that for something later, I think. There's the tractor. So I've decided to pitch here next to this fallen ash tree, and then we'll have the fire out here, which is shielded by all of these hazel shoots, and it's just a field that way. I just started knocking up the A-frame for the tarp, and then another idea came to me which I've gone with instead. Pretty cool, I've never done it before. Here you go. I saw a nice gap in that hazel and I thought I could wedge this branch along here, put a stake this end, and then there's our A-frame already. So I only needed 2 bits of wood instead of 5, which I was planning originally. Job's a good one. And then I've just pegged it out with my hazel pegs, as I always do. I've never actually hung the tarp off the ribbons. If I hang the ribbons off a branch normally, I can never get it that taut, so I end up scrapping it and then just using a ridge line. But being an A-frame, such a simple setup, that's tensioned quite nicely. And then I've got a guy line at the back, which is up to a toggle, which has just got a figure of 8 around it, just to tie it up. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I've pitched the tarp exactly where it is because this fallen ash tree has brought up all the roots in the earth, which has made a brilliant defence. From the road, that's a natural front screen, and you can't see anything behind there. So any dog walkers, hikers, if they do look into the woods, they're not going to see me. So I'll have wool blanket down first, bivvy bag, sleeping bag, pillow. Obviously something you'd normally pull over you. I've never used it as a ground sheet. I know it's probably going to get loads of the forest floor stuck to it, but hey ho. The ground's already soft, it's good to go. There's that light on here. Pick a side. I don't want to go right in the middle because I like having my kit down one side. and sleeping down one side. I don't like being in the middle and having stuff either side. I don't know why, it's just easier that way. Keeps the place a little tidier. Which side's the comfiest? I'm a side sleeper. Yeah, this is the side. Get over there then. Pucker. CS95 issued bivvy bag. Always out with this. Okay, so the sleeping bag that I was talking about. Sleeping bag lightweight, part of the modular system, and this is a medium size. It's thicker than the jungle bag. It doesn't pack down as small as my Nature Hike CW, whatever that one's called. It's not down or anything, but the military bags aren't, because they're built to last. If you split it, you don't want feathers all over the place. It's good to be back out in the woods. It feels like forever since I've done a solo bushcraft camp. So I'm chuffed about today. It's worked out well that I've managed to get a camp on my own. You can hear the pheasants. Got my Thermarest compressible pillow. Most of you already know this stuff, but for any new viewers out there, it's what we're rolling with. Even though it's probably not going to rain, you might be thinking, why would I go with an A-frame setup? But it's nice just to get out the sun. So this setup isn't just good for the rain. Going to make a little adjustable pot hanger today as well. One that I've never tried before. I've just been munched by a midgie, which means spring is definitely here. I'm going to use this ash tree as my chopping block as well. The forest floor looks absolutely incredible when all the bluebells come out. There is a few of them starting to come out. I'll try and get a couple of clips. Here's the beer lineup today then. 6 aside, so going with the 2-3-1 formation. Starting off with the Green King IPA. Shout out to Green King, they're actually my local brewery. They're literally like 6 miles away from me. I always go on about Woodford's, I love Woodford's Wherry, but Green King IPA is where I got started. That was the first ale that got me into it. Got a Whitstable Bay Pale. It's a bit citrusy, 4%. Hobgoblin IPA, 5.3. Tim Taylor's Landlord, classic, 4.1. Yorkshire beer, love that. Cornish beer, got the Tribute Pale, 4.2. Lovely on hand pull down in Cornwall, really worth trying. Up top we got the Trooper, Cheshire, England, 4.7. I can hear the peacocks in the garden. There's a house, maybe 300-400 metres down the road. That's the OG for me. That just reminds me of when I used to play pool for the pub. Always had an IPA. I'm rubbish at pool though. I don't actually have any Haribo with me. I never want to be that person that films and puts videos up on YouTube trying to tell people what to do. But there's a few things that I've learned on the way that we should all be doing. And I feel like there's enough people that watch the videos that I feel like I've got a bit of an example to set, do you know what I mean? I always try and show on camera that we make a fire pit, we leave no trace, all of that sort of stuff. But I still see loads of people just making fires straight on the top of the earth, straight on the top of the turf, on the mulch, on the pine needles. That's the sort of stuff that sets forest fires. You need to be digging down, you need to be making fire pits, because this stuff catches fire very easy. And come the end of spring, when we come into the summer, there's going to be a lot of people out camping, and I really care about the woods and the forest and nature, and I just don't want to see the forest get burnt down. Not to be like a nagger, I know there's so many people that do. I see loads of good fire pits too, but... And I've got a friend who's a firefighter as well, and he explains so much stuff to me, so I just want to try and set a good example for all the beginners really. So I'm going to have my fire right here. I'm in a nice big clearing. There's no real trees around me. Quick field clean. Can't eat bluebells. All parts of the plant are considered toxic, not inedible. So I need to coppice a little bit of this hazel to make this pot hanger. I need to find a Y. I've got my straight. There's going to be a long piece with a Y on the end that slots into here. There'll be a saw cut with a bit of cord that holds it to the top, and the weight of the pot will lock it into the post. Some wild primrose. The whole plant is edible. Hashtag forage for freedom. Wow, look how many cramp balls are on this ash tree. There's some beasts on here as well, that's massive. Or Daldinia concentrica, coal fungus, King Alfred's cakes. Great natural firelighters. I'm pretty sure it's illegal to take bluebells out the forest as well. Loads of good firewood, loads of hardwood in here. All well seasoned. It is predominantly ash. I know of a couple of oak trees over there, and the yew is over there, and there's some silver birch over there. I might go and get some more birch bark for my firelighting kit as well. I'm just showing you a little bit around the woods really. Yeah, that's going to work a treat. Look at that. Get the old hair out the way. Look like a sausage rivet tucked behind my ears, but there you go. Right, that's already chamfered because it was a post that I was going to use. There we go, there's the post. It makes a nice photo as well, chamfering, let's be honest. There you go, there's the pot hanger. I can adjust the height. Pretty cool. Twists around. Big fan of that. I don't think that bank line will snap. I want to keep the flames just underneath the billy can. That'll do nicely. Thank you. I want to give my good mate Joe a quick shout out. He does a little bit of flint napping. He's mad into his bushcraft while camping. I camp with him quite a lot off camera. He's flint napped me a lovely arrowhead necklace. He flint napped it himself, put the necklace together himself. It's so cool and I feel really honoured to have it. Such a cool piece. Flint napping. I've never done flint napping, but I know how hard it can be and I know how much work's gone into this. So thank you Joe, man. I really appreciate that, bro. If I wanted to be really stealthy, I could dig the fire pit even deeper and make a Dakota fire hole, which basically just means digging a second hole here as an air vent, and you dig down and through, you make a little tunnel so it draws the air in. I've just split 3 bits of wood for the base of the fire. I'm doing something that I always said to myself I would never do. I've been gifted it, so I feel like I should use it. We're not the most flush this week, so I'm doing a 24-hour ration pack camp. I don't really mind them, to be honest. They've definitely improved a lot from the big cardboard box ones. Got bean and pasta salad, butter beans and kidney beans with pasta sauce and tomato chili sauce, fortified energy drink powder. You get some matches, brew kit, spoon, tissues, all of that sort of stuff. What else we got? Hot chocolate, vegetable and chickpea biryani, brown basmati and wild rice with mixed vegetables and an aromatic biryani sauce. Chocolate cake, apricot oat biscuits. Tell you what, let me move these down here. Some chili peanuts, another energy drink, a tropical fruit and nut mix, a little wipe, some jams, a plum spread, more energy drinks, barbecue peanuts, tomato pasta salad, fruit muesli with milk, and a fruit flavoured drink powder. So there we go. That's what I'll be having. What, have they taken the chocolate bar out of them? Because you used to get a chocolate brownie and a chocolate bar still. What have you done? What have you done? So I only need my billy can to heat the water. I know there'll be a few lads still serving, cringing right now. And I'm kind of cringing myself, but at the same time, some people have never seen these, so on to the landlord. It's so peaceful out here. All the buds are opening, all the new leaves, everything's flourishing, the vegetation's growing. So good to see, I love spring. Got some apricot biscuits and some plum jam. I've been to collect some firewood, got some nice little bundles, loads of ash kindling and some hazel and ash logs, and I didn't have to go very far for it. Ash is such a nice wood to burn. I had a nice lie-in this morning, well needed. There's a little bit of condensation under the tarp this morning. It was a little muggy, but the sun has come up and it's shining again. Another nice day in the woods. I'm gonna get this fire going, I'm gonna heat some water up, have a coffee. Well, I was really impressed with the new sleeping bag, that worked an absolute treat. Toasty in there last night. Morning coffee is always the best one. Lunch is ready. So I've got a vegetable and chickpea biryani for lunch. That's actually really good. Piping hot. So dates for the next community camp down in Kent on the ranch is Friday the 24th of June to Sunday the 26th of June. And to get into the camp you need to email wildcampingevents@gmail.com, or if you're on Instagram it's Alex Wild Camping Adventures. I'm really stoked for it. I can't wait to meet some more of you. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a great weekend. So ping Alex an email and he'll square you away. I think it's limited to 150 people, this one. I would get on it quick though, because the last community camp had so much interest. It was full pretty much straight away. So I've said forage for freedom a couple of times in this video, and that's a little hashtag that Primal Nomad's got going on about getting rid of the stigma of talking about mental health. If you want to get into a bit more foraging this year, I've been using this book for about a year and a half. This is a really, really good book if you're in the UK. It's by Wild Foods UK. the Foraging Pocket Guide. I've talked about this book once before, last year in a video, but the pictures are just crystal clear. It's got all the good information there. So much good stuff in here. Got a couple of energy drink sachets, some brew kit and stuff left over. I'll save that for another camp. I'm going to start packing everything away now. Collapse the camp and have a good tidy up. If you worry about the weight of your kit, one of the cons to a wool blanket is it weighs quite a lot when it's damp. With a bit of time, nature will take over again. That's me all packed up, squared away, good to go. As always, thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate you all. I'm not sure what I'm up to next. I hope you all have a good week. Look after yourselves, everyone. Peace and love. Stay rad. See you soon.